in baseball, it feels like you could actually make the baseball playoffs maybe even a little longer. Yeah. And again, I don't want to go there because once we do that, we'll never go back to the current stage. You know. The only one that I kind of like is the PGA, where to spring. Yeah, just the PGA being like, you know what, we're doing some of this wrong. We gotta have more West Coast stuff. We gotta have more stuff in prime time. Let's like rethink some of our ideas. But the PGA's not going. We have 4 majors now. We're now having 6. Like the PGA that having the 4 majors, I think has been really. I think like they have 4 anchors in their schedule.
Welcome to the Motor City. This is Comerica Park. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the New York Yankees and the Detroit Tigers. John Shelby alongside.
It's all Texans on the press box. Some of them are working with you and Shoemaker.
First pitch coming your way next.
It's a long time. We're sending like.
All right, just about.
To the 9th grade. High school.
Ball 4, take the base.
Three.
First base. 3. Ball 4, take the base. That's ball 4.
So decades, you got Kobe and Shaq in the 2000s. You have MJ and Pippen in the 90s. You have Bird and McHale, Magic and Kareem in the 80s. You're going through the
Wait! 3! Ball 4, take the base. 3!
Early 2030s. Maybe it's those guys. I would say
So far, here's how the started.
20s. You'd either go Brown and Tatum, or you.
Ball 4, take the base. That's ball 4. 3! Ball 4, take the base.
Back our map and neighborhood State Farm agents as well. If you want to talk to a real person. Good neighbor State Farm is there with the assist. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability and eligibility vary by state. All right, people have been asking for him ever since the Celtics got eliminated.
3!
Maybe you never all set again. Didn't know where your head was at.
3!
Back here in
As you just described, I'd also include the Bruins. Not only losing, but not getting a Toronto draft pick. So I was trying to decide when you said I had to come on to So I'm wearing my Ruby's dad hat.
Your dog Ruby.
Ruby is our special needs puppy.
She's had some trouble in your one. Who gave you that?
Ball 4, take the base. 3!
Just one.
And your final score here today is 2-1. A 1-run extra inning win for Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show. Thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shelby. Talk to you soon.
And you and I were on the thread with Brian. So that was just to put Brian on top of everything that's been happening to our sports teams.
And now we have this, whatever's going on, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum.
Is Jaylen Brown still on the team?
Jaylen Brown's still on the team. He was on the Jaylen Brown show this week. He's still nonstop. He's done some Twitch. He's out there.
You know, I wish instead of going to the Jennifer Hudson show, he was back in the gym instead of going and shooting free throws.
So you went to Game 7.
3 terrible losses. Game 7.
Yeah. So what's the one that happens? You're just talking as my dad you want them to keep things around, or you want them to around.
If the package was legit around, I don't know if that packages just kind of tired of you and us,
10 years of watching this offensive game, you're good.
So I think, I'm not sure if they got it. I watched the tape of a couple of games. Almost every time he goes in to make a shot, pushes off.
Yeah.
And they don't usually call it in the regular season, but it's apparent that he can't get his space unless he pushes. Whereas you see some of the good guys in the team, and they can get to their space and play and shoot quickly. After the range turns 30, his athleticism is what took me starting release. He's been having difficulty now getting his jump shot off without pushing. He can't make free throws. It's a 5-foot.
Yeah.
And he can't dribble. I don't understand that.
With Chris.
I always valued their ability. I was not playing game shit. And I think the more we step back,
About to get.
I think it was.
Ball 4, take the bait. Ball 4, take the bait. That's ball 4.
Listeners aren't privy to our phone calls. We always talk about stylistically.
Ball 4, take the bait. Ball 4, take the bait.
Here's the catch.
First time I feel like maybe they just want two separate things on the basketball.
Manager.
Interesting because I'd say for the first
You're out.
2/3.
That's ball 4. Ball 4, take the bait. Ball 4, take your bait. That's ball 4. You're out. 3 out. 3 out. You're out. Out.
Somebody did a great job pointing out the filmers to Jalen, where it was basically like, good make half of this.
10-2 the final in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
It wasn't just that, but I
What a life.
struck me after watching.
It's true that they underestimate you. My life is real.
I think
Real.
Billy was really
So I'm
happy to see
fronting on them every chance I get, to be
Yeah.
honest. Wavy hair, mystique. Up in his deep chain with some sick feet. Corner of 10th Street. Scoop me in an MPV. I'm holding big.
Yeah.
Solo was vocalist maestro. This fish grease. Recipes polo. He see us, I was just with G. Just like Ryan E. Me and Preem, this history. Young ones, abuelas. Jesus candles, bodegas. Always playing some gangsta. Who is that ain't gonna say nah? Look at us now. De La Ma, Ray Ghost and Rick. Big up Big L, Prodigy, True Boy, they live. Cause if you will, the legend has a cartel. I'm on hits with giants, I'm Bill Parcell. PTSD, project trauma still dwells. Happiness gotta be in you, money can't help. So salute to the men that never hit the pin black. We got to the bread and still live to spin that. What a life, I'm a man, I'ma die about it. Feel the pain, but I'm not gonna cry about it. Tell the truth, cause ain't no reason to lie about it. Invisible fingers playing chords on my haunted piano. I'm a man, I'ma die about it. Feel the pain, but I'm not gonna cry about it. Tell the truth, cause ain't no reason to lie about it. Invisible fingers playing chords, already classic before you heard it. The spoiler was on my feature verses. I lined it up kinda perfect and then I hurled it. Rhymes in my mind's like pearls and oysters. Boss of bosses, Morpheus on my the illest style right here. Till I got right here, getting foul type stairs. We ahead light years. We come out the starts, so let the start. Turn the light switch off. Drive a block, switch cars. Choice of face mask and gloves. Pulled another hit on the beat. Guess who the victim was? Guess who get reconfigured? The whole industry does. Premiere you might because we became the men our mothers prayed for. Maybe even exceeded their expectations. Or maybe they always knew. Why tie it up our baby shoes? What was
Welcome to the Motor City. This is Comerica Park. We've got baseball on the show.
But also
It's
pointing
the
out, like, he
Yankees
didn't even
and
think
the
we were that
Detroit
good.
Tigers.
He made a point of pointing out the 3-11 against the best teams in the league. He brought up Shireman and Hugo, which I thought was notable, and how important Hugo is going to be for them next year. Meanwhile, Hugo got buried after the trade deadline. So I don't know. I felt like they weren't 100% aligned watching the press conference.
I agree. I mean, you and I talked about it afterwards, that one of the great things about the regular season and how they overachieved, which was great because none of us expected 56 wins, was they used 10 or 11 people. They didn't tire out Brown and Tatum.
Okay.
Coming off the bench over and over.
3. Ball 4, take the base. Ball 4, take the base. Out. Out. First base. That's ball 4. Out. Ball 4, take the base. Out. Take 3. Ball 4, take the base. 3. Out. 3. That's ball 4. Save. Out. Ball 4, take the base. Out. You're out. Out. 3. Out. Out. You're out. 3. First base. Save. Out. Out. Ball 4, take your base. 3. You're out.
The pitcher on here, Grant.
And it was 2 of the 3 at all times, and one of them was usually hot. And if 2 of them were hot, they were beating it.
3. That's ball 4. Hey. 3. Out. 3. Out. You're out. 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 You're out.
Number 70.
You're out. Ball 4, take the base. Out. You're out. 3. Out.
7-2 your final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
We're just a static team.
Yeah. Do you feel like the window is NBA Team 74-year window? This is the team that just lost it now. You know, and it's the team that made the 22 finals, 24 finals. We thought they were going to make the finals last year, and the crazy Knicks squad. Tatum gets hurt. And now look at teams like OKC and San Antonio, which is so much better setup. It's not there's an awesome trip.
You know, and they do have some, they have great exception at the mid-level. The other thing that chuckles out, you just brought it up in that seating. In retrospect, I would prefer to have been the fourth seed. I think we matched up really well with Detroit.
Yeah.
I think we matched up really well with Orlando and hey, you know, and fifth seed as well. Put a lot of miles on ground to get to the second seed. But just look real tired to me and playing for those minutes.
Can I throw a trade at you that I'm thinking about?
Does this involve anybody from Milwaukee?
No. I'm starting to get nervous about the Giannis stuff. Yeah. I keep thinking of that segment I did on my podcast or so ago. They're big men and the track record is for year 14. You know, we take them around. You always feel like with those two guys, you can build around, figure out some sort of strategy. Jalen turns 30 next year and Tatum's going to be it's like a 5-year window. Giannis might be 2.
That's a good point.
And so now we're condensing this window. We're also going against OKC and San Antonio, who have all these young players and all the contract staff. You have these lightning in a bottle seasons, and I think we had one before. And everything comes alive. They spent a lot of money for that season. I think that's how it was this season.
You just said the opponents got the right way.
Yeah.
Which didn't happen. You know, we faced a Philly team that if we played them 3 weeks ago, we were swept.
We faced the Philly team that had a good week of them, and we just happened to hit them that 1 week, and then they died immediately. So I wonder, like, is this the time to take a swing? And I keep thinking about it. Man, whether there's a way to get back Zion and Trey Murphy, Jalen, and some picks, and whatever else needs to go in there. And basically end up with Trey Murphy making half as much as Jalen, getting some games back, and trying to figure out can we put Zion in a winning organization, a different band situation, and what's there, and if nothing's there, you bail on it, and now you're going to Trey Murphy half as much as Jalen. Like, I wonder if Stevens just thinks about stuff like that.
Like Murphy. Yeah. Actually, so good from hard. It's hard to know what
He's almost like the contract to make it work, because Jalen's going to make like $58 million. But I wonder if, like, because Brad is so outside the box with how he thinks about stuff, that I wonder if he's thinking Giannis 2-year window where I'm probably not winning the title anyway, or can I try to reconfigure this so I can have, you know, I got to pay Pritchard. That's the other thing, is they have to pay Pritchard $7 million this upcoming year and $7 million after a free agent. He's a guy that's worth 20 plus. And do I need a center would be the other thing I'd be thinking of. Like, if I'm trading Jalen, do I need a bigger guy? Like, should I think about Sabonis? Do I think about Sabonis and trying to get more Sacramento Kings first-round picks?
He's another guy, though, that he hasn't finished the season in a couple of years.
Yeah, well, they shut him down this year. I'm just trying to think.
Yeah.
How many centers are out there that could make an impact? Do they feel like they need a center? Vucevic thing obviously failed. It's.
My guess is, again, going back to the press conference, Stevens certainly intimated that there'd be changes.
Yeah, he wanted more stuff at the rim. He wanted a more conventional team. It felt like he was clearly tired of the style that they played.
After that press conference, I did look at different teams and different big men. Doesn't necessarily have to be a center, but a big man. I mean, Utah has a couple of people as an example. There are teams that, if Jalen was in the trade, I think you could get a big man and a wing back. And I'm
just not sure if Stevens is ready to trade Brown. He flattered him in the press conference, and a couple of days later in the newspaper, and maybe that's the kiss of death for that.
I know, but I've always wanted to keep these guys together. This is everything that's happened the last few months is starting to make me wonder, like, does Jalen just want his own team?
Yeah.
And this, well, I talked about this a week ago. It just feels like the body language seems to be heading that way, in my opinion.
Yeah, you wonder. I mean, we sit so close to the bench. I always watch Tatum and Brown together, and it was weird with Tatum coming back with so little time left in the season. But it was even weirder. You know, we went to that game 7. Molly was able to go and went to a bar first and was sitting there and having a drink. And there's 2 Philadelphia fans sitting next to us. They had Philly gear on. And the guy said to the other guy, "It's so great that Tatum's not playing." And I said, "What did you say?" He said, "Tatum's not playing today." I was flabbergasted. Game 7, I just never expected he wouldn't give it a shot, I guess. I didn't know he wasn't playing.
But it's understandable considering he had a calf injury to the other calf that they pretended was a knee injury, but it was a calf injury.
But did I have any confidence when I heard that? Not too much confidence. I mean, the reality is, I was there for Game 5. We're up 3 games to 1. You win Game 5 at home like you're supposed to, like the other teams did.
We're up 13 in Game 5, right?
Yeah, Tatum doesn't get hurt in Game 6. There is no Game 6. Would we have beaten the Knicks? I don't know. Would have been a fun series.
The thing I will never understand is why they put all those minutes on Tatum. That has never been explained properly. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand the quotes he had after about his right leg still isn't 100% the size of the left leg. And just stuff where it's like, what? You told me? You said you were recovered. You weren't recovered? And if that was the case, then why wasn't he on a minutes limit? Why is Wemby on a minutes limit, but he's not? Why was... There's been a bunch of guys in the league who, like LaMelo Ball, the whole year was under 30 minutes because they were trying to keep him healthy. Why were we putting minutes on him like that?
I agree. And
if I was Chisholm, that would be the best. I would have like a meeting and be like, what the fuck? Why did that guy play 43 minutes in Game 5? What are we doing?
It seemed like there was such an impetus to get the 2nd seed instead of the 3rd seed. When in retrospect, we lost 3 games at home anyway. So did it matter? No. We were a better road team at times during the year.
Whatever. There will be some major trade. Yeah. I don't think you'll love watching Giannis, for the record, if that's the trade.
Well,
not really your type of guy.
No, I'm not saying that's the greatest trade that's out there, but I certainly think they're going to explore what can they get back for Jaylen Brown. I don't see Tatum being the traded object.
Red Sox, we don't need to talk about. It's disgusting what's happened.
It's not just that. It's frustrating, disgusting, unreal. The Fenway Group that has billions of dollars has become the cheapest franchise in the league with the highest prices to go to a game.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. And you know, I'm not going to a game this year. I'm revolting.
And your son's rich, and you're still not going. I mean, think about that.
Well, look at third base. We have a guy hitting 162, who's 5 feet tall. I mean, it's just an abomination what the Fenway Group has done to the image of the Red Sox. They got their 4 championships, and then they said that's enough.
Yeah, they're like, well, you suckers are now just going to pay for tickets for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and you can come in the 8th inning and sing Sweet Caroline and buy pink hats and blue hats, and we're going to make more money. It's a shame.
It gets risky when you start playing that game of chicken with your fan base.
I think it does.
Especially in this era. You know, these people are just like, well, if they don't care about the team, I'm not going to care either. We've seen that happen in the early '80s a little bit, and it happened a little bit in the '90s too, where you could feel people are like, all right, this is how you're treating us, then we'll go over here. You know, there's 3 other teams, a bunch of other stuff to do.
Well, you can go online now and get great seats anytime you want.
Right.
That's a really shameful position that they've put the fan base in.
And they also don't have the signature guy. There's been years where they haven't, but they were, I think, putting all the eggs in the Roman Anthony basket, and that has not gone well.
Which is is he fragile and injury prone? I don't know, but once again, he's hurt.
All right, we've talked enough about the Red Sox. The Patriots are the other one. I know that's been the big topic.
Well,
the head coach has been the big dinner topic in New England now for 5 weeks.
It's not just that. We've talked about this for 20 years. Every time things seem pretty good with the Patriot franchise, something happens. Whether it's Deflategate or Spygate or some scandal or the owner of the team in a spa twice getting caught. Or it's just one thing after another, and this is just the latest. This is a really bad story up here. It's not going to go away. It seems to have legs, as a week goes by and then there's a new photo or a new story. And I feel bad. I really loved the job the coach did last year. Yeah. I thought he had the locker room really all going in the same direction. The camaraderie was great. We overachieved. We didn't have we had a somewhat easy schedule, but we overachieved. And now here we are again, and nobody's talking about the players.
Right.
The articles are about the coach.
Yeah, we're almost been better off losing in Denver. It turns out Drake's hurt. The Vrabel thing doesn't happen, and then all the dialogue is stuck. And they get back. They get their Super Bowl instead. I mean, they're going to trade for A.J. Brown on June 1st. It seems like almost a formality at this point, which would be the thing everyone talked about. I've tried not to talk about the Vrabel thing that much because it's such a bummer of a story, and every side has kids. And it's just, I don't know, it makes me, it's a little unseemly, but I wonder how you become the way he coached the team, where he's like the patriarch of this Patriots family. Everything is about family and team and being there for people and hugging each guy as they come off their field. And now, will that seem disingenuous as he's doing it this year?
I think that's a really good way of phrasing the most important question that people up here are asking. What's it going to be like? Is he going to be in the hallway hugging everybody again? Are the players going to look at him a little bit differently?
Or maybe they'll like him more. Coaches getting after it.
Yeah, it's a sad story. You're talking two families, and I don't know the details. I just know what I read. I just wish I wasn't reading any of it. I'm just looking forward to the season. I'm waiting for the schedule to come out today. But that is not the top. Yeah, that's not what's in the paper.
So you care about the schedule? Brian Curtis just did a whole segment about this, that we think the schedule release day is ridiculous, but you like it.
I haven't seen the schedule yet.
No, but do you like it though? You like looking at it? You're like,
yeah, I do. Yeah, I like.
You just love it.
That looks winnable. That's gonna be a tough game. Where's the bye? Yeah, I like all that stuff.
We talked about, the reason I had Brian Curtis on was we talked about this content glut we have now and how the football's added these extra games. And there's going to be a Wednesday night game before Thanksgiving and all this stuff.
Right.
You've been watching sports the entire time I've known you, which is my whole life, whenever it's on. Do you feel like there's a difference now with the amount of sports that's on, or is it just harder to find?
It's a little bit of an overload.
So you feel the overload a little bit. Have you watched as much hockey playoffs as you usually watch?
No. That's not unusual. Once the Bruins got knocked out, I don't watch as much.
Yeah, but you would watch to root against Montreal.
Joined by my partner. All right, first pick.
Three. You're out. Out. Three. Out. Out. Three. Out. You're out. Out. Three. Out. You're out. Three. 4, take the base. That's ball 4. Out! 3! Out! 3! Ball 4, take your base. You're out! 3! Out! Out! You're out! 3!
First. Looks like it'll be a pinch hitter, Oswaldo Cabrera.
Out! 3! Out! Ball 4, take the base. That's ball 4. Stay! Out! You're out! Out! Ball 4, take the base. Out! 3! You're out! 3! 3! Ball 4, take the base. That's ball 4. Out! 3! 3! 3!
So.
Out! 3! Out!
The 5-3 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
Yo soy de aquí, yo soy de aquí. Aquí nací, aquí crecí. Ah, qué bonito está el cielo que a mí me tapa. Y esa brisa de diciembre que entra por la casa. Qué sabrosa es la sal del mar de mi playa. Que aunque no tiene tren, su sierra es nevada.
Donde me pega el sol en la piel, de los sueños que nunca desperté, la de la foto en el atardecer, y ahora regreso para volverte a ver.
De la esquina del barrio bailando en la fiesta, donde todo el mundo con la puerta abierta. No hay invierno ni primavera,
Es verano la vida entera.
cuando un mango se cae la casa florezca.
Un bañito de lluvia, una fruta fresca. ¿Quién quiere mango, biche y raspado con cola? Aquí todas las tristezas se van con las olas. Yo crecí viendo el atardecer como nunca los he vuelto a ver, y aprendí a ser feliz viviendo en el ahora. Porque el Caribe se envuelve en mi ser, y si es posible volver a nacer, escogería este lugar, su color y su aroma.
Y en una esquina del barrio bailando champeta, comiendo butifarra hasta que amanezca. No hay invierno ni primavera,
Es verano la vida entera.
cuando un mango se cae la casa florezca.
Un bañito de lluvia, una fruta fresca. Ya tuve que marcharme de la Samaria, y el mundo no era lo mismo lejos de allí.
Along with Chris Singleton. Just about.
Out! You're out! 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 You're out! Out! 3! 3! That's ball 4. Out! Out! You're out! Out! 3! 3! Out! 3! Out! 3! 3! Out! You're out! 3! Out! Out! Ball 4, take the base. Out!
Back inside.
Out! Out! Out!
That is 1 point for.
Three! Three. Ball 4, take the base. Out. Three. Out. Three.
A 3-2 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.
Was always on your mind. Now you just look right through me, treat me like a ghost. You don't need to tell me that you already let go. My love, oh. 'Cause I know I don't get you no more. You don't need me like you did before. Your hands, they're fine without me. Your lips don't care if I come back. I was your favorite flavor. When did I lose my taste? Funny how time can change us. I think you used to crave my love, oh. 'Cause I know I don't get you no more. You don't need me like you did before. I guess we lost the magic. Got to break the habit. I can tell you've given me up. 'Cause I know I don't get you no more. I know I don't get you no more. You don't need me like you did before. I guess we lost the magic. Got to break the habit. I can tell you've given me up. 'Cause I know I don't get you. I know I don't get you. I know I don't get you. I know I don't get you no more.
Come on, y'all. Stand up,
With
let's
my
go.
partner, Chris. Ready to go.
Out. Ball 4, take your base. Out. Out. You're out. Three. Out. Three. Out. Three. Out. You're out. Three. Out. Out. Ball 4, take the base. Three. You're out. Out.
here at Fenway. Started the 6th.
Pitch hitting for the Yankees. Number 34, Bryce Harper. Now pitching for the Red Sox. Number...
Out of the bullpen. Yankees spin.
3 out. 3 3 3 0 out. 3.
And your final score here today, 2-1. And the road team picks up the win and picks up a sweep.
I need you and your friends to show up at 10. We leave in the Benz truck. Uber Lux and some we rolled up. I know you when the night is peak. When you relax and dance with me. Hands on your hip, move slow. Heart in my chest beat fast, but on the gas. I hope that it lasts. You spin my heart around. 4, 3, 16. You spin my heart around.
Swagger when I step, walk in looking like a jet, feeling like a million, forgot about my rent. She be in the city, opposite of innocent. And Benny caught up, friends, to bring a friend. Took a girl from the to the podium. Now the guys in here, high sodium. It's a lonely man, things ain't going as planned, but it's a real life. Picked up, look, I protect my neck with necklace. She protect, I rock her nexus. I forget that we got exes. Seem like 3Q and as we exit. Throwing peace signs in the L like Hendrix on the brains behind them all sad majestic. Cause it's super suck to take us for a ride. I gotta dip real quick, get the course around.
You spin my heart around. 4, 3, 16. You spin my heart around. 4, 3, 16. If it feels like a spade, then call it a spade. And love in the day, by nighttime it changes. Spinning around with new faces. Dance floor like amazing. Lost in the mood. Fall in love with you, you and you. It's fun when it's new, it's fun when it's new, it's fun when it's new until it's so news.
Along with my partner.
Okay, le dicen peligrosa.
Just about to.
First base. 3. Ball 4. Take your base. Out. You're out. Ball 4. Take your base. Out. That's ball 4. Ball 4. Take your base. Ball 4. Take your base. Out. 3.
So out of the bullpen for the Rangers.
Ball 4, take your base. Ball 4, take your base. You're out. First base.
Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the late. News from around the league. Welcome back. Look at our game summary.
That's ball 4. Ball 4, take your base.
First and second, 1 out. Here comes the skipper. Angel Shavir.
Out. You're out. 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 You're out. Out. Ball 4, take the base.
Making a move at first. Here's a pinch runner for Texas, Jesus Rodriguez. Corey Seager to the plate in this high leverage spot. Pitch misses, and that's ball 1. Gets the slider in there for a strike. They're down to their final strike. Swinging a ground ball. Nice play, and that's the ball game. What a play to finish it. A 13-11 final score here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Saw the northern lights today. It's been a long time coming, and I thought I wouldn't know what to say. A fleeting moment in the sky pales in comparison to your eyes. They shine the brightest blue I've ever seen and guide me to a better peace of mind. I can't believe that you came back. Distant light across the ocean again. footsteps through the dark. The colors shape an amazing display, but Aurora's not as bright as your smile beneath the light of distant stars. The faintest traces of jade left to paint and memorize that I kept. Forget the nights that I spent thinking that I can never believe in something cynical. Till I'm dead, I'm overcritical in my head. One look inside of your eyes and it's like 22 on Long Island. I can see a light and it's shining again. I saw your distant light across the ocean again. I thought it was the sun and I was close to the end. Fading fireworks with your name across the night sky. Out on the open ocean, I'll never let you go again. I can't go back this time. Like boats against the current. It's enough.
John Shelby. Ready for base.
Out. Three. You're out. Wait. Out. You're out. You're out. That's ball four. You're out. Three. Out. Ball four. Take your base. Out. Three. You're out. You're out. Three. Out. Out. You're out. Three. You're out. Out.
Now pitching for the Rangers.
Three.
Number 49, Brock Burke. Hitting for the Yankees. Number 67, Emmanuel.
Out.
This one ends the final 9-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shelby saying so long.
When the silence meets the sound, beckoning from underground, you're invited, there's no waiting. Pick a piece up off the floor.
With Chris Singleton. Just about.
You're out. Three. Out. Three. You're out. Ball four. Take your base. That's ball four. You're out. Ball four. Take your base. Ball four. Take your base. Three. That's ball four. Out. You're out. Ball four. Take your base. Three. Ball four. Take your base. Save. Out. That's ball four. Out.
Pitching change.
You're out. Ball four. Take your base.
He's running at third.
Save. Three.
90, Jack Hughes. He's hitting for the Yankees. Number 95, Oswaldo.
Three. Out. Ball four. Take your base. Out. Out. Three.
Back in. squeeze is popped up. Throw behind the runner. They got him going off. Rangers lead the pair. Back here at extras.
Number 63.
Runner.
Ball four, take the base. 3. Out.
Go ahead, run on base. Joe Mack now at the plate. Trying to move him over here. Machado slings to first in time.
Up next for the Rangers, the first baseman, number 6.
So now here comes a skip.
Ball four, take your base. 3.
And your final 4-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see.